stand tall. Words are blades that never fall. Debate like warriors brave. Every thought we give and save. Through the noise we cut clean. Spirited minds sharp and keen. With a spark that lights the night. Join us in this epic fight. Welcome to the Spartan arena, where minds clash and thoughts gleam. In the heat of every word, truth and insight will be heard. Buckle up and take your stance. In this arena there's no chance to escape the vibrant lore. Diving deep and search for more. From heartfelt talks to fierce debates, we explore what fate creates. Side by side we seek the light. In the dark our minds ignite. Welcome to the Spartan arena, where minds clash and thoughts gleam. In the heat of every word, truth and insight will be heard. In the ring we stand tall. Words are blades that never fall. Debate like warriors brave. Every thought we give and save. In the ring we stand tall. Words are blades that never fall. Debate like warriors brave. Every thought we give and save. Through the noise we cut clean. Spirited mind sharp and keen. With a spark that lights the night. Join us in this epic fight. Welcome to the Spartan arena, where minds clash and thoughts clean. In the heat of every word, truth and insight will be heard. Buckle up and take your stance. In this arena, there's no chance to escape the fight by lore. Diving deep and search for more. From heartfelt talks to fierce debates, we explore what fate creates. Side by side we seek the light. In the dark our minds ignite. Welcome talks to fierce debates, we explore what fate creates. Side by side we seek the light. In the dark our minds ignite. Welcome to the Spartan arena, where minds clash and thoughts gleam. In the heat of every word, truth and insight will be heard. Buckle up and take your stance. In this arena, there's no chance to escape the fight by lore. Diving deep and search for more.
What is going on, everybody? We're back at it, another stream, another. I hate when that happens. Let's try this again. Welcome back, guys, to another live, another stream. You know where you're at. You're at Spartan SQ Network. I'm your host, the Spartan, aka Peter. How is everybody doing tonight? Let me ask you a question. Do you guys know anybody that you think they're fake, they're bullshit, and you want to call this shit out? I do. And I kind of hate to say this, but I kind of grew up with fake people a lot to the point that I took the poison out of my life. I don't deal with fake people. I don't deal with the bullshit anymore. I don't have time for that shit. I'm too old for that crap. And I don't have my patience runs very thin with that shit. But before we get into that shit, let's get this little fucker in here. All right, let's get this little UK motherfucker in here.
I can't. I'm perfect.
Greg, my man, how are you doing tonight?
I'm feeling good, darling. How you?
Darling, Orly.
Yes, darling. How you doing?
I just want to punch you in your face right now.
Oh, sweetie, I'd enjoy that.
You've reached your limit on talking. Shut the fuck up.
Anyway, my man, let me ask you a question. Do you know anybody that is fake?
Yeah,
Okay.
a
I'm
few of
listening.
them.
So what's your opinion on the fake
A few
motherfuckers?
friends. Who thought they gave a shit about me? They didn't. I asked for help. They turned around and walked the other way.
Mm-hmm.
They said they'd be there for you, be friends with you, put a smile on, put a brave smile on, but no one.
So
So
I'll tell you my story about fake people, right? This is where the icing of the cake broke. Hey, my man, what is going on? I did send you the link, by the way, brother.
hello.
Icing on the cake for me was when my mother got diagnosed with cancer. And I was going through a couple of things on top of that. I was going through a really bad breakup, and I ended up getting back with a woman, stupid me. But we were technically homeless at the time. We were working on the place where we live now, but it was going to take a couple weeks to get everything, the paperwork, all that stuff go through. All right. So I asked the only person I could know who's said is always going to have my back. You know who that is?
No.
My cousin. My cousin goes, "Oh, you guys can't stay here because your mother smokes." My mom was smoking at the time. All right. And your mom is hard to deal with. And I was shocked when I hear that because, motherfucker, that's your fucking aunt. Fuck me. But your aunt? And he goes, on top of that, he goes to me, "You work for the hospital." It was during COVID time. "It's too dangerous to have you in the house,
Yep.
but you're going out to clubs almost every night." This is when they first lift the ban. I was shocked. My own fucking flesh and blood
I know
fucked
the
me
feeling.
over.
I know that feeling.
And on top of that, my parents always, my mother, after the first couple of years when I became an adult, she used to praise him like, "Look at Laz, look at Laz, look at Laz." His name is Laz, all right. "Look at Laz, look at Laz, look at Laz. Like you, I wish you were more like him." All this stuff. Slowly, all his full flaws came out.
Yeah.
Drug user, freaking any way he can rip off a dollar from somebody, you name it, he did it.
Done that. I
My
know some
mom
people
started,
like that.
my mother started going to me, "No, I'm glad you're nothing like Laz." I looked at her like, fuck. This whole time you're saying, "Be like Laz, be like Laz, be like Laz." And it wasn't like that. It was the
Yeah.
opposite. And now finally the truth comes out. One was the icing on the cake for the whole family when we needed a little helping hand because we put ourselves in a really bad situation.
Yeah.
And he goes, nah, dude, I'm good. Do you want to help? There's some other stuff on top of that, of course. But that was the icing on the cake for me. And like, you're supposed to be my cousin, my blood, and you threw me on the street. That is fucking fake bullshit, in my opinion. Go ahead. You have the floor.
Yeah, I know what you're on about. My mum, sorry, my aunt, she had, she died several years back, a couple of years back, about what, 4 or 5 years ago now. I told my mum, and my
Mhm.
mum's like, yeah, I'm going to miss her and stuff like that. Why didn't you go and visit her in hospital before she actually physically goes, mum? She's still alive. You go, oh, well, never turned up. Yeah? And around about the same time, I thought my mum was fucking joking. Yeah? She turned
Mhm.
around and said she had breast cancer. And I'm not joking you. Yeah? I thought my mum was joking.
That's
I
not a funny
asked,
joke.
I know it's not. I thought it was funny. I thought it was a fucking joke for my mum. Like, 'cause my mum makes up a lot of shit over other people. Yeah? I asked my dad, right? And he's like, yeah, she has. So I asked the second person who I haven't spoken to in probably 10 years, right? Actually, 13 years. My younger brother. I turned and said to him, has mum got cancer? He's like, yeah, breast cancer. I'm like, okay, I was wrong then. But because my mum was like the same thing, yeah, she said the same thing about when her brother died, her younger brother, which is the baby in the family. You would have thought it'd be the older ones going first, but it was her baby brother, right? And she's like, oh, I got breast cancer then. And I find out from my dad, she hasn't. You know what I mean? She my skepticism. So I had to ask. And but yeah, I went over saw my mum. I actually saw my mum. I was like, "Who the fuck are you?" Her head was literally shaven off. Yeah, I kept on checking up on her every day to make sure she's alright because I can't get to her. Yeah, she lives like 40 miles that way. But
So that's like a 2 hour drive for you almost.
no, it's 40 miles. Yeah, if you go straight from here, straight up to the A27, take the left and follow all the way along, it'll take you about 20 minutes.
Okay, it's 20 minutes. Okay.
Yeah. Um. Basically, yeah, she she could come see me. She'd come stay with me when I was living across the hall. I couldn't even go to my own aunt's funeral because of a person who actually lived in this block. Yeah, I couldn't step foot out of my own flat for nearly 4 years because of him. But anyway, yeah, my mum could come and see me, come and visit me, and I'd do anything she wants. I always had deliveries come to my door. Um, I'd cook. I'd make sure she had somewhere to sleep. Yeah, even if it's a sofa, because these sofas pull out into a recliner. I'd look after her, but no, she wouldn't. So she's literally a backstabber. It's like my own brother, right? Before me and her got back together, um, he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll be there for you." That sort of bollocks, that sort of thing. Me and her got back together. Haven't heard from him for 10 years. Not heard from him at all. Do you know what I mean? My
Mhm.
older brother, same thing. I put him up multiple times. He was homeless. His ex-wife kicked him out. He punched a hole in the wall in the house. He'd rather put gambling and what was it? Gambling and drink first he was getting £400 a week. Where he was getting that from, I don't know. He was giving my sister-in-law £20 a week to pay electric, rent, tax, water, food, clothe the girls. £20 a week. I put him up then when he got homeless then because she kicked him out. And, well, I didn't. My family did because I was living in a pub. And I was working at the time as well in Eastbourne. He didn't pay her a penny after that. How he was still getting £400 a month, I don't know. £400 a week, I don't know. Basically, I was physically sending my sister-in-law about £600 a month out of my own pocket. Even though I was working, I wasn't paying any bills, I wasn't paying any rent, so I could afford it. Yeah, even though I was 17, 18 years old at the time, I was sending my sister-in-law money to help towards rent, electric because there's no gas, that sort of shit. Yeah, dude, 20 quid a week. My brother is an asshole. I did nothing but help my brother. I've done nothing but help him out as much as he could. I even offered him help with AA meetings. I helped him out with doctors. I helped him out if he needed money. All types of shit. So he'd always be there for me. I've had the guy turn around and threaten me by putting me through a window in my own home.
Really?
My older brother, half Indian, but yeah, while he was drunk. The guy used to piss himself. First time I noticed it was I was staying at my sister-in-law's when she kicked him out of the bedroom. He was meant to sleep on the sofa. My mum had this old bouncy castle with crash mats. The bouncy castle was in his shed, but I was meant to sleep on the crash mats. But I ended up sleeping on the hard floor, laminated flooring. Ended up sleeping on it. He slept on the crash mats. He was drunk, pissed himself, and it was heading towards me. I had to get up off the floor. Same thing happened in my place when I lived in Hove whilst I was with her. I put my brother up about 4 times, and he always threatened to put me through a window. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I put up with it because he's my brother. Well, I don't class him as my brother anymore. He said he'll always be there for me, that sort of thing, with brothers, that sort of thing. He was more interested in going to the pub.
So I'll give you a good example to what you were saying to them.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say names because they might be watching the stream and I don't want to put their business out there. All right. I was having parties in my house. My mom was visiting Greece, on business at the time. All right.
Mm.
So she was business like I was 20, 23, 24, maybe 25, around
Yeah.
that, in 23 to 25. All right. That's when my age time. All right. I was very young. All right. And I was having parties at my house all the time. You know what I'm saying? A lot
Yeah.
of my friends were a little younger. They're younger than 21 because, I was just fresh out of high school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so most of them were just in college at the time. And, they couldn't drink. I don't know about UK, but in Greece, there's no age limit. But here in the States, it is age limit, 21 to drink.
There is an age limit here. They upped it from 18 to 21 quite recently. It used to be 18 to drink. You
Mhm.
could drink at the age of 16 if you had a meal. If you know what I mean.
A meal.
A meal. Food.
Oh,
Dinner.
okay. A meal, food. Okay, now I got it. I know that meant
Meal.
something else in UK because you guys have your own slang over there.
Yeah.
So all these parties were going on, and he used to go to me, dude. Anything goes down, I got you back. Don't worry, we're brothers. Yada yada yada. Something happened one night. All right. So a small fight broke out in my house. So everybody tried to break it up except him. You know where was he?
Carrying barn bushes.
Nope. He was in his car and drove away. So after everything settled down, and we looked to the left, I looked to the right, we're like, where's so and so?
Mm.
I almost said his name actually. And so and so, I'm like, I have no idea. So we walked outside, his car was gone.
Yeah.
I went, oh, okay. The next couple of days, I was talking shit. I was talking shit. I was talking shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was talking shit so much about him. He's
Yeah.
a fucking bitch. He's a pussy. Every fucking word in the name you can think of, right?
Mm.
Then next minute I know, he calls me. Hello. And he goes, hey, what's going on, dude? Like nothing. What's going on with you? I didn't want to talk to him, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
He goes, I heard you talking shit. Oh, I'm not talking shit. I'm talking the fucking facts, you motherfucker. I went to him. You ran like a fucking coward. Or haven't had my back.
Mm.
And you know what he said to me after that? Nothing. You go, I gotta let you go. Bye. We haven't spoken since.
Biggest difference there. He was your friend. Mine was my brother, actual brother.
But we have my
That's right.
cousin, and I also have my cousin who's
Yeah.
fucking stabbed me in the back,
Yeah.
bro.
Actually, my cousin was never like that with me. He actually stood by me. My cousin. Yeah, my best mate, who I don't even class as a mate. He ain't even blood, right? And I've known him since he was like 8 years old, and I'm like 12. Yeah, and we both grew
Mhm.
up on the same street together. Yeah, from that age, and he literally lived 2 doors away from me. Right? I call my mum Sandra. She hates it, and I call his mother Mum. Sounds weird, but um, when I came home from school, yeah, I think you know about most of my past already, Pete. Yeah, when
Yeah,
I
yeah.
came home from school, every single day the house was a dump, a shithole. Um, I would come in most days. There would be shopping as you walk through the front door, right? And there would be frozen food, fresh food, food that's meant to be in the fridge, just sitting there. Been sitting there for about 4 hours, defrosting. Either the dog's got into it or it's gone off. Yeah, and it sits there for days. I'm like, Mum, why don't you do something? You're here. You don't do fuck all apart from piss yourself up the wall in the front room. This is when we were living in Port Slade, right? Um, I said, you go out shopping, you come home, you put the shopping down, yeah? It won't take you 5 minutes to put it in the freezer. I'm at school all day. Yeah, I was only a flaming teenager at the time. The thing is, I literally grew up with this my entire life. Yeah? The house was always a dump. Um, and my mum would literally just leave it there. She's like, oh, well, you do it. I'm like, Mum, it's too late now. The frozen food is defrosted, so you can't refreeze certain stuff that's in there. Um, and you got the fresh food, that could still probably go in the fridge, and you got tin food, that's probably in the cupboard. But the house was always a mess. Yeah? There would be piles of wash up. The only clean room in that entire house was my bedroom.
That's sad. That's really sad.
Literally, the only clean in the house. The only
See,
room.
this is what I'm trying to say, bro. Because you have, in my case, I had, I'm using two examples. Obviously, there are a lot more examples out
Yeah.
there. All right,
Oh,
I'll give you a better one. I'll give you a fucking better one.
yeah.
Okay. Okay, my man. You can join us when you're ready. You have the link. You know what to do. I hope you know how to use that link. So I'll give you an example. This is literally right out of high school. Right, I came out.
Yeah.
I was getting ready to go to college. I was dating this girl.
Yeah.
I was thinking everything was going fine, to be honest with you, at the time.
Yeah.
So, he breaks out, him and his girlfriend had a weird relationship, off and on kind of thing. He was arrested, some shit, but whatever, right?
Yeah.
And one day he comes up to me. So me and her started having issues. I think it was, we were too young, number one, and number two, I was going to go away from college. I was going to leave the area for college, right?
Yeah.
I would be about 2 hours away. So anyway, long story short, he comes up to me one day. He goes, "I'm going to continue dating Marshall." Like, I hope so, because that was his girlfriend's name. All right, cool. But I'm gonna also date Lauren, your ex girlfriend, at the same time. I literally looked at him like, "Excuse me." Yeah, you heard me. But we're gonna be cool, right? Like, I was kind of like taken back from it. I'm like, I didn't know. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna dip. I don't know how to answer that. I dipped a couple days later. They're in his basement hooking up, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to punch me in the face? Go ahead, punch me, punch me. I'm like, I'm not gonna hit you, bro. I fucking hit you. Your face is gonna be destroyed. Number one, and I don't want to. I'm not gonna dirty my hands like that. So, anyway, she comes upstairs. She goes, I don't see the big deal. We're not together anymore. I want to be with him, but he has a fucking girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like, do you guys have no morals? Even as young, I was back then. I had some morals. I didn't have a lot of morals because the only thing I cared was getting my pee pee wet.
Oh yeah, I know the same feeling.
I'm
But
sorry.
I had that similar sort of thing. Walk through the front door. You go and sit in the front room to go and sit down and watch a bit of TV after school, right? The Cartoon Network, that sort of crap, right?
Mhm.
And you walk in to your mum blinking her other half naked on the sofa.
Say that again.
Yeah, exactly what I said. Boinking her other half naked on the sofa. I'm not kidding.
You kid guys are kind of freaky. You know that, right?
I'm not joking. I'm not joking with you. I'm not lying to you. Yeah,
Oh, I know
the
you're not.
shit my mum used to do. Yeah, the amount of men that my mum brought back to the house, it's unbelievable. Yeah,
Hmm.
you know about two of the blokes that she brought back that used to do shit to the family and what that did to the dog. Um, but yeah, um, but it's just fucking crazy. My childhood was an absolute disgrace. No kid
You
should
mentioned that
have.
to me multiple times. Yeah.
My childhood was fucked. Yeah. I actually went to live with my dad for nearly a year. No joke. And I don't know why I stayed. I had stability. I had discipline. Yeah. I had homework. The home was clean. Yeah. Um, I don't know why I left. I really don't know why I left. I really don't.
You were young and stupid.
I was about 12 years old.
You were young and stupid, like I said.
Yeah.
You didn't know any better. So I'll give you another example. Then we'll get getting more deep in the conversation. All right. And I'm
Yeah.
going to start asking some questions in some videos. Um, when I first started dating my ex fiance, right?
Yeah.
Are you cold, poor sweetheart?
I've got the heating on, but I've got the door open when she's got the kitchen and bathroom window open.
You're a dumbass.
The door's wide open. I'm going to go and close it. Keep on talking, I'll hear you.
All right. So when I first got into that relationship, the house was upside down. I'm not talking about like mess upside down. It was that, but it wasn't that much as that. The household, like
Yeah.
her youngest, used to go to bed like almost like 3 o'clock in the morning and do whatever he wanted.
Holy shit.
He was not, there was no follow up. Did he do his homework? Did he go to school on time? Yada yada yada. You get that, yeah, right? Her other ones used to her other daughter used to coming home whenever and however she wanted, drunk, high, you name it.
Hmm.
Her youngest boy was pretty quiet. He just went to school and did everything. Her oldest was like, she tried to run the household. She was in charge. She wanted to be in charge. And nobody,
Yeah.
if she was miserable, everybody had to be miserable in the house.
Hmm.
The first thing I said, oh, I got to put this household in order if this is going to work out between me and her, right?
Yeah.
So I put curfews for everybody. You know, her youngest daughter hated that. It's just, oh, this is like prison now. I'm like, okay, you want prison? I can put you in fucking. I can show you jail. I know some officers will put you in there for a night to show you what a jail is.
Yeah.
They'll do some favors for me. Then you know her youngest was like, I don't understand why do I have to sleep at night and I can't sleep through the day because you got to be at school, you dumbass. Simple.
Yeah.
I remember the one day he was arguing with me. Like I asked him, "Did you do your homework?" He goes, "No, not yet. I'll do it later." Like, no, no, no. I didn't ask you going to do it later. You're going to do it now.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's arguing with me. I go, I take my phone, going on the Wi-Fi, disconnect. Oh man, he didn't like that one bit. Oh, now I'm the bad guy, right?
You're
But
always a bad guy.
it gets even better.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Guess who they were coming to when they needed something?
Oh, I know that feeling.
Me.
Mm.
Now, my favorite one that I sent on a cake for me, and it was like I said to myself, for the oldest, I am not ever doing nothing for your ass ever again. So they were arguing about the car because they had only had one car, not including mine. They are not allowed to touch my fucking car because anything that's my car, somebody's getting strangled. And they're
Oh, I agree.
my ex told him, you don't touch his car because something happens, you're paying for it, and you don't have money, you don't have a job.
Personally, I would say you
So
touch his car or get in his car, you'd be dead.
yeah. So long story short, all right. One day, I mean, we're talking and everything, right? And they're arguing about the car. I go, I looked at her, like, I went, Lizzie, what's her name? Lizzie. I went, yeah, what's up? Like, I have the old Santa Fe still.
Yeah.
I had two something. It was an '05. It needed a little work, but it was like the work was small stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it will work for a your first car. It's a nice beater, so you don't
Mm.
worry about if somebody hits your car or cosmetics or anything like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they went to me. I don't. We don't want that car. Like why? It's a free car. Like it doesn't have Bluetooth. It doesn't. Like they wanted the new. They want a brand new car. I went. You know what?
Well, how long ago was this?
Oh man, we were together 3.5. We're broken up now, almost 3 years. 6 years ago.
Oh, there you go then. Right. If they wanted Bluetooth, why didn't they? Why didn't you just say to them, go on eBay and buy a fucking little Android machine off of
Oh,
there?
they want a backup camera. They want heated seats. They wanted.
No. The heated seats, they just put a fucking whoopee cushion or a water bottle underneath their ass. But
I understand what you're
with
saying, but
the
they literally wanted the newest car on the market. Like they
screw
wanted
that,
a. I'm sorry.
screw that.
Yeah, and they wanted me to buy it. I want to go. I'm not buying your car. Number one, only person I'm buying a car for is for for their mother because I was with her at the time, or
Yeah.
for myself.
Oh, I know that feeling. My dad was in that situation.
Yeah.
I was living in a place called Brighton Hove. It's like for 16 to 25-year-olds to live in there, and at the time I was, well, 28, right? And they put me in there, and I know it's for 30-year-olds, between 16 to 30-year-olds. They put me in there, and I didn't have a TV, and I didn't have any top form of dish or Freeview or Freesat, if you know what I mean by that lot. Freeview or
Okay.
Freesat. Freeview is like normal standard TV through a TV antenna, and Freesat goes through a Sky dish, satellite dish. Um, Basically, my dad had Freesat and a TV. I said, Dad, could I have your TV? As it's just sitting in the spare room doing jack shit at Sue's place. Like, yeah, no problem. I went up to go and collect it, and Sue gave it to her son for his kid. Right? I'm like, Sue, who does that TV and Freesat belong to? She's like, your dad. but my son needed it. I said, I needed it more. I moved into a place where I had no TV and I had no thing, anything. I'm stuck in that place all day long and all night doing nothing. I'm bored shitless. I want it. I want it back. My dad told me I could have it. Well, my son comes first. I was like, no, he doesn't. My dad is I'm not my dad's priority, not your son's. Um, Argument, whatever. I ended up flaming get hold of a satellite dish, mounting it to a piece of wood, hanging it out of the flaming building, right? Getting a TV and a skybox, and linking it up myself. And I'm literally the only person in the building with 400 channels and a flaming massive TV. Perfect picture. They've got like a TV room in the building where everyone can go and watch TV. Half the channels don't work. Either they freeze or you don't get any picture on them because the free view, because it goes through TV antenna, is not lined up properly or it don't work. But literally everyone in the building was coming to my room and watching Sky. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. All right.
Um,
Let's play this first video. I'm going. Let's finish the conversation after that. All right.
yeah, go for it.
Do we all have frenemies? Well, hopefully we all don't have them. But in the laws of human nature and in several of my books, I talk about the phenomenon of envy, which is a very, very powerful human trait. We know that in hunter-gatherer societies, facing envy, you could be murdered for it. The thing that we don't realize, though, we all feel small degrees of envy. I call it passive envy, but active envy means people act on it. They sabotage you in some way. Frenemies are the classic scenario. So somebody who feels envious of you ends up befriending you and they charm you, and then lo and behold, you start noticing all kinds of behavior that's very ugly. They start saying comments that get under your skin, that make you feel insecure. They act in ways that are hurtful, but because they're your friend, your first instinct is to blame yourself. And one common sign of a frenemy is they're in a rush to be your friend. Normally, we like to take it a little bit slow, but the person who feels envy is like, I love you, you're fantastic, I want to be your friend, we gotta hang out. They're in a hurry, because that's not natural.
Do we all have frenemies?
Well, hopefully.
The reason why I play that video is he has a very good point. Think about what he's saying.
Friends that are enemies. Friends that are enemies.
Yeah. How often do you know people that you thought you were friends, but they have burned you so hard?
I've had that most of my life.
Honestly.
I've even had that from an ex.
Okay.
Me and her had broken up. I was going out with my second born's mother at the time. We had broken up, and she only hit me up when she wanted money.
Of
I
course.
was working in the pub. I gave her money. She was 18. She wanted a drink. I gave her a drink for free behind the bar. She only turned up when she wanted something. It was like friends in Eastbourne. When I thought they were friends, they'd turn around and backstab me or beat the shit out of me. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what that video says. Friend of his.
Like, I know two of the stories I said were exactly that.
Yeah.
You know, people who are supposed to have your back don't. But they try to get close to you as much as possible. I understand envy. I understand jealousy. I get that. But I'm the type of person, again, maybe I'm weird and unique. I don't take that as if I see something, like a friend of mine has something, right? I use my best friend CQ for example. He has something, right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be jealous. I'm not gonna be envy, but I'm gonna be motivated to work to that goal like he has. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I get like give CQ credit. Like he's from my group of friends who started YouTube channels. He's the first one who started this, and we all followed suit. We all talked about we're going to do our own thing one day, but we never had the balls. But CQ had the balls, so we all followed suit. So he's kind of leader of our group in a way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he like I was talking to him a few years back, we're at his house, and this is the first time I've been to at his house since he built that house, right?
Yeah. He actually
He's
built it.
about, I'm sorry,
He actually built it.
yeah, custom built.
Never actually seen someone build their own house.
I
Apart
built
from
one
the
house
British
before.
one.
He
I've
didn't
never
build it
built a house.
himself. He hired someone to build it for him.
Oh no, I've never seen.
Yeah, that's very common in the States here.
The Americans have got what I call paper houses. They blow away if you get a big, massive storm or wind, turbine wind, whatever you call
Yeah,
it.
because they're all wood; they're not concrete like you guys have.
Yeah, paper houses.
Yeah. Anyway, so it's the first time I'm at his house. We're outside talking. We're having coffee. I was smoking a cigarette, whatever, right?
Mm.
And he goes to me, and we're talking about the house and of how I want to get to his goal one day. And his goal was, my goal was like have a nice house, the dog, the kid, the wife, the whole 9 yards, American dream. You know what I'm saying, dude?
Yeah.
And he goes to me, he goes, "Yeah, I get what you're saying, bro." And that's how I feel that some people say you're gonna make it one day. I already made it because I have what I want right here. All right, let's get our next guest in here. This is his first time on this channel. We gotta say a big round of applause for him.
And
It's me. What's going on? What's good, Craig? How's it going?
What's going on, my man? How
yeah,
are you tonight?
great.
I'm gonna have to turn the camera off because I'm in the car right now. I'm about to take a little drive with my daughter to calm her down and everything else. So even though I'm gonna turn the camera off, I'm still gonna be on the air here. So you guys can hear me?
Yeah, we're getting here nice and clear,
Yeah.
man.
What do you mean by oi?
That's my daughter Avery right there in the background.
All right, cool.
Say again,
So
Craig?
this means we gotta watch our mouths, gentlemen.
Yeah. What do you mean by oi?
What? Oh, because I'm using my cell phone. I got it set up in portrait. That's why.
Oh no. It's what you put in the chat. You said oi. O-I.
Yeah, like when you were talking about what you were saying and what was going on, that was my reaction. Like I'm like, wow, really? Like this stuff is really going on. Like this stuff was really happening. Like it was just a response to what your story was. That's why I put oi.
Oh yeah. Yeah, oi
That
can
was the reason
mean
why I put oi.
different things over here. It's like if I come in
Okay.
and if I come up on this panel, right, for the first time or whatever, right, or literally Pete hasn't seen me for a couple of days or something like that. When I come up on the panel, I go, oi, oi.
Okay. Okay. Usually what I'll do is I always do greetings and salutations. That's something I remember from high school. I had a teacher that always said that. So that's like my trademark. When I come in on any panel, I always put greetings and salutations to everyone because I had a teacher that would say that to us every time before you would start class.
Okay.
And that was an old school trade. A lot of teachers back in the day, in the '90s and early 2000s, used to do that, like greeting salutation. I'm like, I felt like I was like in the like there's a little fancy era with a pinky drinking cup of tea era.
That's British.
Yeah,
Would you like a cup of tea? Don't forget the pinky.
The
that's true.
team
That's
biscuit.
true, bro.
You ever see the Hulk Hogan movie where it's the nanny?
Oh,
The
I
show.
remember that series, the
No,
TV
movie.
series.
It was a movie where he was a physical nanny and he had to look after two brats of a millionaire.
Yeah,
That
there
was a
was a.
TV series here in the States. That was a TV series here in the States.
I loved Hulk Hogan's movie. He was actually my
Kurt
hero.
Russell, yeah.
He really was. I actually had the teddy of him when I was younger.
Oh,
Oh, you
wow.
mean the movie? Oh, okay. Because it was a movie and a show called Nanny.
No, they did. It was a movie.
Oh,
and
really? I
was
never knew there was a movie also.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan played in it.
What?
Hogan,
yeah,
you
he
remember Hulk
also
Hogan?
did.
The white dude, the wrestler.
They also did. He also did
Hold
Suburban
on, give me a
Commando.
minute.
Yeah, I remember Suburban Commando. That was actually a good movie, believe it or not.
I loved it. I literally
Oh,
have
it's
it on my
awesome.
server in the kitchen. Okay, lost the signal. He'll be back.
He's already is back.
Oh, I'm back.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Do you
movie.
remember Andre? Do you remember Hogan, the wrestler?
Yeah. Hulk Hogan,
Remember
yeah.
his movie career?
Suburban Commando.
The
No
Nanny
Holds
was another
Barred.
one.
Nanny.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God! I forgot about that one. Oh my!
You know what it was, bro? He didn't have a great career back in the day.
And then remember, he had that syndicated series, Thunder in Paradise.
I actually liked that show back in the day.
Never seen it.
Really?
Never
But I was
seen
a
it.
kid. I remember that. As a kid, you don't really have any taste for shows. You know what I'm saying?
He
Right.
played in a lot of movies, didn't he? He actually played in a lot of movies. Spy Kids was one of them.
He played in Spy Kicks?
Yeah, yeah. As an uncle.
I didn't know that. I know he played in
Yeah,
Three
he had
Ninjas.
really, really short hair. He had it literally shaved off virtually, bald. Yeah.
And I remember
And
he was,
his
and I
uncle
remember he was
played.
in Rocky 3. He played
Yeah,
Thunderlips.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's where his acting career first took off.
Yep.
So, all right, my man. What do you think about fake people? What's your comment about this?
Oh my God. I try to stay away from fake people as much as I can because of their negativity. They weigh their energy, they see things. I feel like that's why I posted in the chat, people like that I see as either dream takers or dream fakers. Like dream fakers are the individuals that say that they're going to be there when things get hard, and then when things get tough, they're nowhere to be found. And dream takers are the ones that always see the glass half empty and will find every negative thing to say and whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. That's the best way I can describe how fake people are. It's either they're trying to steal away your dream or they're trying to hurt you for their benefit. And I remember looking at what you posted, for the show. I feel like it's definitely not manipulation. It's definitely manipulation played a part, but it's definitely insecurity.
That's another trait of them, insecurity. So we have manipulation, insecurity, and jealousy so far. Those are three major traits.
Definitely.
But like I said earlier, you can be envious of somebody and not be fake and work towards that goal. Like, oh, they got a new car. I like that car. I like to get it myself one day. We're getting work towards that. But you don't have to
You would think,
backstab them or blackmail them to, you know what I'm saying? Go
and
ahead.
the sad part about with some people, that's all they know. It's like they're not. It's like they're afraid to put their best foot forward. They're afraid to try because they got that fear of failure. So they figure if I don't try, then I don't have to worry about failing.
Correct. And the biggest thing to me is they're trying to steal somebody's hard work away from them.
Yeah, that's what I mean by dream taker.
And that one, yeah, I can't stand that. I can't stand people doing that. Like, man up and just put your time in and effort and get what you want
Yeah.
to. And it annoys the shit out of me when family does that the most to you.
Oh, that's people that are related to you sometimes do the worst things, and those are the ones that hurt you the most because
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, that person feels like, oh, you're not gonna turn your back to them, or you're not gonna cut ties with them or anything else. They figure, oh, you're gonna still allow them to be around, and that's not simply true.
I have literally cut off my whole family because they backstabbed me so many times.
Oh
That's
wow,
insane. I've done the same.
The only person I can consider, blood wise, I'm talking about family, is my mother.
right? Oh
My
wow,
cousin,
I
my
don't talk
cousin
to
was
any of
that.
my cousins. I don't talk to
uh,
any of my uncles, nieces, nothing. I'm done with them.
wow, that's serious.
Yeah, dude. When like I said at the beginning of the show, when I needed help with my mom's, we're homeless at the moment. My mom just got diagnosed with cancer, and they told me, "Nah, we're good. We don't need you." But when you needed me, I ran for you fuckers. And the first time I asked for some help, some serious help,
Wow,
you tell me to go fuck myself.
wow,
Fuck me. Forget about me. I can sleep in a car. What about your aunt who has cancer right now?
damn,
That's fucked up, isn't it?
damn. I remember one thing I can't say that something like that happened to me and my family.
Mm-hmm.
It is. It really is. I mean, I can honestly say I don't remember ever something like that happening to me. In my family, I have a great relationship with my parents and my siblings and everything else. My wife's the oldest of 10. And I remember a situation that happened right around the time when their mom died.
Okay.
And it just seemed like as if, I don't know if they ever really felt a certain way about when my mother-in-law died, but at the same time, it was like they gave her a hard time when she was alive at times.
Mm-hmm. I think we lost him.
Yeah. Yeah, getting back to family, I've got two members of family, blood relatives that I talk to. My cousin Stuart, you remember I was saying about my auntie?
Mm-hmm.
His mother passed away. I actually went to,
They still stay in touch with some relatives, but they really don't even bother shit with them for those reasons because a lot of stuff they put their mom through, and at times I don't blame them. Distance from a good number of them, and that's basically it because they felt like if you really cared, you wouldn't be doing this stuff now that she's gone. You could have been doing this when she was still alive and not giving her grief or giving her a hard time. Like the youngest of the 10, she's 19 now and looks just like the mother. And I remember at a family gathering, it was a birthday for a member of the family, and everyone literally spooked her out because she looked just like my mother-in-law, and really made her feel uncomfortable. And I didn't like the fact they did that because it was like they felt like they were seeing my mother-in-law and they were trying to mend fences, but it's too late. You had your chances. You had your chance when she was alive. Now that she's gone,
I think we lost him again. Go ahead, Greg. What you were saying before? You're muted, dude.
is if you don't have a
Never
chance,
mind. Go ahead.
yeah, as I said, I went, you remember
mend fences before the person is gone. Sorry about that. I was saying that if you don't have a chance to mend fences before the person takes someone near death to try to mend fences. My best thing.
All right, my dude, and Tom, we keep losing you in and out, bro.
dude, why don't you come back when you're at home? You can use the Wi-Fi then, be better.
I don't know if you can hear us right now.
Best. Um.
All right, I'm gonna put you in the back.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to use the hotspot on my tablet as well. So I'm
right,
trying
you
not
were
to
saying
be out for too long, and then I'll
Yeah,
try
you
to get.
remember last year when my uncle passed away and I had to go to the funeral and I was upset about it. I told you about it.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that was the same person who was married to my auntie, my mum's sister.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My cousin now has no mother or father, mother or father. Basically, the only blood relative he's got, he's got his brother, but he doesn't see or has anything to do with his brother, right? So the only relative he's got that's down here that has actually speaks to him, has something to do with him, literally see how he's doing every day, is me. Yeah. He's I literally have something to do with him. I contact him every day to see how he's doing and catch up and that, see what he's done for the day and that. His son, because his son was taken from him by social services, his actual son actually lives up the road from me by social services. They lives in the foster care up here near me. That's weird, isn't it? Don't ask me why. All I know is his son lives up the road from me. That's all I know. But yeah, my cousin is he's on his own where he lives. Don't you swear at me. Yeah, your middle finger up like that.
No, I always do that. I'm not.
No, I was taking the piss. Yeah, but my cousin, he's a lovely bloke. Lazy fat shit, but he's a lovely bloke. Alright. I lost contact with him for a lot of years because even when I was a kid, I was like 3 or 4, maybe 5 years old when he decided to move up to Nottingham, if you know where that is at all.
No. But hang on one second. Let's get this guy in here. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for our president.
Fuck! That actually hurt. Did you hear it? I fancy hot chocolate that right now for some unknown reason.
One of these days, you're gonna knock yourself out. I'm gonna laugh.
I fancy hot chocolate right now.
Paul, what the hell am I gonna do with this guy?
Hey, you found him. I didn't.
He found us. I didn't find him.
Was that it?
Actually, I've been a member of this group for, even though I haven't been on, right? I have been subbed for nearly 6 months.
Mm.
Like I said, he found us.
Oh.
It's like a stray dog coming after us.
Oh gosh.
I'm a stray dog. I'm definitely a stray, mate. Just
All right,
watching
bro,
it.
we're talking about fake people. We're in the middle of talking about family fake people versus friend fake people, friend fake people. Also, I know as frenemies. So we got on that.
I say that.
I'm still not sure what what context you're referring to.
Basically, someone who's fake who's meant to be genuine.
Okay.
Who's jealous of you, who's envious of you, who wants what you have, but except putting the work in, they're just gonna backstab it and kind of take it away from you. All right, how about I play the next video first before you answer anything?
Okay, yeah, I'm still trying to, because you just mentioned 3 different topics, so I'm just trying to make sure.
I'm going to play the first video I played, and then I'm going to right into the second video so you get a better understanding.
All right.
How does that sound?
We all don't have them. But in the laws of human nature and in several of my books, I talk about the phenomenon of envy, which is a very, very powerful human trait. We know that in hunter-gatherer societies, facing envy, you could be murdered for it. The thing that we don't realize, though, we all feel small degrees of envy. I call it passive envy, but active envy means people act on it. They sabotage you in some way. Frenemies are the classic scenario. So somebody who feels envious of you ends up befriending you, and they charm you, and then lo and behold, you start noticing all kinds of behavior that's very ugly. They start saying comments that get under your skin, that make you feel insecure. They act in ways that are hurtful, but because they're your friend, your first instinct is to blame yourself. And one common sign of a frenemy is they're in a rush to be your friend. Normally, we like to take it a little bit slow, but the person who feels envy is like, I love you, you're fantastic, I want to be your friend, we gotta hang out. They're in a hurry, because that's not natural.
Do we all have frenemies?
Well, hopefully
Fake people don't reveal themselves by what they do. They reveal themselves by what they say. Listen carefully, because real ones rarely need to speak this way. Here are 7 things fake people always say. 1. I'm not like the others. Real character proves itself, without disclaimers. 2. I hate drama, but somehow they're always surrounded by it. 3. You can trust me. The loudest promise usually hides the weakest loyalty. 4. I'd never do that to you. If they have to say it, chances are they already did. 5. Everyone's just jealous of me. Fake confidence hides fragile self-worth. 6. I'm just being honest. Truth without kindness is often just disguised cruelty. 7. I always keep it real. The realest ones don't say it, they live it. Don't listen to the volume, watch the patterns, because words deceive, but consistency never lies. Fake people don't reveal.
That's definitely true.
All right, Paul, go ahead. Whoa, I got you tongue for once. You never.
No, it's just like I said, it's a lot of different things. I typically like to come in on a particular comment, but there's like literally 4 or 5 different things that were presented in the 2 videos. So I'm trying to properly parse it. As far as the first one, the whole envy thing, I think that certainly, I would say that's a normative nature. I think it's all about levels. I think the guy even mentioned that everyone has a little bit of envy to some extent. Now, do you guys ever hear like the difference between envy and jealousy? Do you know what that is?
Yes.
How would you describe it, Craig?
Envy is when you want something that you can't have, and jealousy is virtually the same thing.
They feel that they're different, though. They may feel that way as far as the end emotion, but they come from different places.
Oh, I know what you mean. If you're in love with someone, but they're with someone else and they're all over that person, it makes you jealous.
Right. So jealousy comes from possession. In other words, to be jealous of someone is either you have or you perceive that you have or you had, and you don't have it anymore, or that is under threat of you not having. So jealousy comes from the idea of I may lose something. Envy comes from lack, that you don't have it, or you never had it, but you want it. Now, again, there's nothing wrong with wanting if someone has a nice car or a beautiful woman or a successful career, whatever that is. So I think some of that envy is not bad in and of itself. But as the guy said, if you ratchet it all the way up, it could, back in the day, it could have led to your deletion because of that. So I think all of us kind of have that to some extent. That sense of envy and sometimes jealousy. In fact, I think that, again, I think there's some jealousy that's healthy. Like if my wife, if I'm not jealous, if you're not jealous about your spouse, at least I'm not saying someone's on the phone. It's like, who's that on the phone, or who you looking at or something. I'm not saying to that degree, but I mean, there should be a sense of possession, at least to me anyway. Like when I say that's my wife, there's a possessive that comes with that, and I'm hers. She is mine, and she is mine, and I'm hers. And so anybody who tries to look, I don't got mind guys looking, but once it's been established that, oh, you with him, I'm like, okay. And if you don't, then we got a problem. So again, I think there's a healthy amount of envy that I think that motivates and drives people. I think there's even a healthy amount of jealousy that, kind of keeps things spicy, or hopefully it drives you towards a positive action to want to maintain and keep what you have, not worrying all the time about who's coming over your shoulder trying to take what you got.
I've been the opposite. I've been jealous of someone. I was telling Pete about my second-born's mother, where at the time we were split, but I was still in love with her. But she was talking about how many people she had been with, if you get what I'm saying. And she was hanging around with all these men, that sort of thing, and how literally going into right detail. I was literally getting upset and jealous and stuff like that. I wish I was still with her, that sort of thing. I was jealous, but I wanted to be with her because I actually cared about her, and the way she was treating herself, drinking, drugs, it just, and the violence towards that she had towards me, it was just, what's the word? I was absolutely jealous, but I wanted to be with her still.
Right, I'm saying, right, but that's what I'm saying. Jealousy comes from, like I said, the idea of losing or loss. Either you had something, you have something you're afraid of losing, or you lost something you want it back. I'm saying envy comes from the point you may not have had any relationship at all, but you see it and you want it. And so again, but I think a certain level of that I think is healthy, and if you don't want to say healthy, then I'll say it's normal in human beings. When you see something or see a person or whatever, and you feel a certain way because they have something and you don't, and in that emotion you may feel a little bit inadequate or what have you, and then that can lead down a rabbit hole of emotions or whatnot that can be harmful. Like I said, the guy said it can go all the way up to you wanting to just take out the person who has it and take what they have. So again, envy is can be dialed up to the nth degree. So that's point one. Point two is when he talks about this idea of frenemies. I don't go there with that. I think we as people, we are too apt to call people friends. In life, you're fortunate if you maybe have one or two of them.
I have one.
I'm saying. I mean, but
Apart
a lot
from
of
you
people
guys-
talk up. Yeah.
Apart from you guys, I have literally one friend.
And
I
that's
know.
kind of how it is for most. You're blessed if you have that.
They're called
But
acquaintances.
Right. But
That's
I think
what
the way, but let me just get this, because I got a lot to kind of get through. The idea of frenemies or whatever, or you could say frenemies, you could say buddies, you could say associations or whatnot. I think everybody works off that. I think we put too much on what human nature is. Everybody's working for some kind of advantage. The people who are like, because true friends, you're talking about sacrifice, you're talking about loyalty. Those things are rare. There's very few people in life that you would do that for. Your wife, your kids, and maybe a couple close friends, and that's it. But, everybody else it's all about mutual advantage. Some people may even say selfish advantage. Like, it's good for me to be friends with you because of what I benefit from that relationship. So the guy who wants to be friends with you right away is because, again, you have something that he doesn't have, whether it be status or clout or access to things or whatever, and they want to be with you because of that. And again, I'm not even saying that's necessarily a bad thing, as long as you know what's going on. If you put too much weight into, this guy really wants to be my friend, or she really wants to be my friend or whatever. I mean, as long as you can kind of see what's coming. And like I said, I don't mind. I mean, people get together all the time for mutual advantage. They say the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
That's true.
So everybody understands that. We come together, and that's why people come into your life for seasons. And then after a while, they go away. Few people, like I said, I've known Eric for 40 years. And there's nothing selfish about the relationship. I don't want anything from him. So, again, but that's rare. But you may either through a job, you meet people through jobs, or through sports. You're on a sports team, or maybe there's a hobby or interest that you're into, and you guys come together for that kind of advantage. And it's cool because it's the activity that's keeping you together. When my kids were younger, we had all these school moms that, we go to their house for parties and birthdays and stuff, and their kids grew up with our kids. But when it got to a point when they graduated high school or whatever, there was really no reason to meet. There's probably only 2 or 3 ladies that my wife from that whole, school thing that keeps up with. Everybody else you just kind of going to do your thing. So I don't necessarily look at that as fake. It's just that what might be fake is what you put into that relationship. We're here because of this activity or this association. And don't put it, more than that. That you think, because we've done all this, okay, we're best buds and friends and whatnot. Not necessarily. That takes a lot more work outside of the activity that you're in. And it happens to sports teams. You might have played all through high school, even college, your teammates, and everybody's like, yeah, we're brothers for life. When that's over, more times than not, you're going your separate ways. So that's not fake. That's just how it is. So again, people overestimate or overinflate what friends are, and they put too much into their associations. But I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, especially if there's mutual, as far as there's mutual advantage. If someone is like, this is a one-way deal, if you don't think that this person is adding value to your life, then you don't need to be around them.
Yeah, agreed.
Now, as far as the latter video, in fact, I forgot it, but like I said, there's so many points to get through. The guy was, what was the last one talking about?
7 things that fake people always say.
I agree with most of those except for the last one. Well, first of all, I disagree to a point. He said that the fake people aren't defined by what they do. They're defined by what they say. And then he goes into like the 7 things that they say. But I think that's kind of, you got to decide what you want, because people, I thought we're supposed to define people by what they do.
Mm.
So so what do you want? Do you want to define people by what they do or by what they say? A guy, you can say anything you want, but if you do, then why am I upset about that? Like I said, I'm not going to listen to the words that you say, regardless of whatever you're saying. I am gonna pay attention to what you do. So what you say is irrelevant. I know guys, you got guys who are like, they're the nicest talkers, right? In fact, I remember seeing a video. This lady talked about the difference between people on the East Coast versus on the West Coast of the United States. Said on the West Coast, people are very nice. Like, let's say if you have a flat tire, I think she made an example. Okay, you got a flat tire. The person says, "Oh, you have a flat tire. Oh, that's so sad that you have a flat tire." But they don't help you. Whereas on the East Coast, a person comes up to you and says, "What's bad? You got a flat tire, but you don't know how to change a tire. What's the matter with you?" Mm-hmm. But they help you change your tire. You know what I'm saying? So again, so what do you want? Do you want the language, or do you want the action? I know some guys who are like, just personally, are kind of hard to be around for long periods of time. But when it comes to crunch time, everyone wants that pit bull. Everyone wants that dog. Like I said, we're total opposites. We don't hang out. We don't, because he's into drinking and smoking and swearing. I mean, we're just totally different lifestyle. But if I need him, everybody else will be nice and say stuff. If I need him or if I need somebody, guess who's showing up? So I'm not impressed by your words either. And I do agree with some of the things in the video. Says, "Oh, I'm not like them," and all that. The only thing I said that thought was different, I think, was 0.6. But again, I already forgot what 0.6 was. That's the only thing I didn't agree with. If you want to replay that video again to get to 0.6, I can refresh my memory, but I've already forgot about it. But again, I'm looking at what you're doing versus more so what you're saying, regardless of, the words that come out your mouth.
Give me 1 second. I'm doing it right now for you, Paul.
All right.
I'm having a little bit of computer problems right now, so you guys bear with me.
I don't know if it was you. I thought it was me with this piece of crap right beside me.
All right, where are we?
Should be able to just hit play.
Reveal themselves by what they do. They reveal themselves by what they say. Listen carefully, because real ones rarely need to speak this way. Here are 7 things fake people always say. 1. I'm not like the others. Real character proves itself, without disclaimers. 2. I hate drama, but somehow they're always surrounded by it. 3. You can trust me. The loudest promise usually hides the weakest loyalty. 4. I'd never do that to you. If they have to say it, chances are they already did. 5. Everyone's just jealous of me. Fake confidence hides fragile self-worth. 6. I'm just being honest. Truth without kindness is often just disguised cruelty. 7. I always keep it real. The realest ones don't say it, they live it. Don't listen to the volume, watch the patterns, because words deceive, but consistency never lies. Fake people don't reveal themselves.
Yeah, I would disagree with 6. You know, just I mean, again, it's better if you can say something truthful to someone without being vicious to them or whatever, but sometimes you need to be straight with people. You know, sometimes the truth does hurt. Sometimes you got to step up to somebody and be like, yo, bro, you out of pocket. Well, you really screwing this thing up. I mean, I don't see how you get around some of that stuff. In fact, again, a real one won't be afraid to tell you what you need to know, regardless of how it sounds. It may not be, you know, nice the way they said it, but it had to be said. And for some people, if you keep, you know, ignoring, you might have tried to say it the nice way, and they're still not listening. And so you might have to get up in their grill and be like, yo, enough. So I don't agree that, you know, I'm just being honest, or I'm just keeping it real. I'm keeping it 100. I'm keeping it a buck. Whatever you want to say ahead of time before you say it, certain things have to be said. Sometimes honesty does have to be brutal. And I want friends, I want people who can be that 100 and transparent with me if something has to be said. So that's the only one. Everything else in the list I can deal with. But it's interesting, one of the ones that he said was about, oh, I hate drama, but you're always in it. Like I said, show me your actions. And that'll speak louder than the words that you're saying. You don't have to say much at all. I got some ones, you know, quiet ones who'll be like, don't say much of anything, but they demonstrate. And you know, that's kind of how it is. So as long as you can, you know, again, recognize that. A lot of times you go out with guys and, you know, whether it be like I used to do fight parties, right? Like host pay-per-view boxing matches and things like that. We get a few guys over and watch the fights and everything.
I remember you mentioned me a couple of times about this stuff.
Yeah. So, and again, I didn't ask anything. Like, I wanted guys over, you know. Out of 10 guys, maybe 2 may say, look, and they don't even broadcast it. You know, when they dab me up, what's up? I'll see you later or whatever. There's a 20 in there. There's a 50 in there. I didn't ask for it. The other ones, hey, I see, thanks for hosting this. Thanks for, hey, see you next time or whatever. But the other guys, because they understand, yeah, I know it costs you money to do this. I know you didn't ask for it, whatever, but here, boom, you know. Or do you need me to stay back to help you clean up or set up or whatever afterwards? Who are the guys who are staying after? Who are the guys who leave first versus the guys who leave last?
The people who have your back, in other words.
That's what I'm saying. Right. And there's few of them. But people get so frustrated. Everybody's around me is fake. No, everybody's just being who they are. You though have a maybe a bit of a twisted understanding of how people operate. And like I said, you know, I mean, you know, everyone gets together again for mutual advantage. The question is, someone wants to, you know, pick my brain or utilize, you know, whatever resource I have. I don't have a problem with that. Question is, you know, do I get anything out of it? And I said that's how it is in a lot of even in relationships. Let's be honest. I mean, I think a lot of relationships are transactional. I'm talking about romantic ones.
Hey.
Are transactional. I'm not saying every relationship. If you got a real one, you got a real one. I think I have a real one, but I'm saying for a lot of people, relationships are transactional. Sex in a relationship is transactional. You take me to Jamaica, and yeah, I'll do the freaky for you. I mean, it's You know,
Pause.
I mean, I'm just saying, it's. I mean, we're gonna be now. You can be like the manosphere. You can just curse all women because of it. All women are evil. No, women have all been all what they've always been.
Bud bangs.
Again, if you, if as long as you understand, she wants something out of the relationship, you want something out of the relationship. This whole idea until death do you part, again.
It's two-way street, Paul. You know this.
You could say two-way street. I certainly accept. I'm not disagreeing with you.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, but the idea of transactional. People, I mean, a lot of these relationships are such. If you, as a husband or a wife, if you stop doing certain things, it's going to change the nature of your relationship. You had King and Michelle talking about it the other night. That you got women who will leave relationships that are healthy in pursuit of happiness. Nothing wrong with the dude. Nothing wrong with, but you just think that because he's not making you tingle, you're going to leave a perfectly good relationship trying to pursue something else. And I told those guys last night, if I have to choose, it's not like I don't want to be happy, but if I have to choose between healthy and happy, I'm choosing healthy. Just like I'm choosing vegetables over and meat, poultry and vegetables and steak over sweets or soda or whatever else. Because I'm interested in the long game. Happy couples, they asked the question last night, why is it you don't see a lot of couples out there, like real couples, in these spaces? Because, again, a lot of this is boring. You follow these influencers and they show all this exciting stuff and they're doing this and they're doing that or whatever, and a few years later they break up. But that longest marriages, we are boring. Because we're consistent. It's like it's the same thing. Work, get up, work, come home, have dinner, maybe have sex later, sleep, repeat. Every once in a while, go on a vacation. Every once in a while, do something different or whatever. But the nights in my house are pretty mundane. My wife is upstairs now watching Hallmark Channel because that's what she likes. I hate Hallmark Channel.
Oh, come on. You love it.
I hate Hallmark. I hate everything about Hallmark. I hate the acting. I hate that music, that piano music in the background of all of these movies. I hate all of it. I hate Tyler Perry movies. I hate rom-coms. I hate them. She loves them. So we worked out a deal. His, hers, and ours. Stuff she's into, go ahead and do it. You want to go watch this? Go ahead and do it. Oh, I'm going to go to Comic-Con? She's like, have fun. But then what we going to do together? Oh, we going to Jamaica? Oh, we going to here? Okay, let's do that.
One thing I always say, you guys do have a even balance. She let her, you do you, she does her, and you have a good time together.
Yeah. We went to last couple Fridays ago. We went out, went to a comedy club, we did us. Mm-hmm. So again, it's all, I think when it comes to this thing, people talk about fake people, whatever. It's all about your level of expectation, and it's all about ultimately understanding human nature. Most human beings want something. And they get with people or they form relationships in order to help do that. That's how clans were created. That's how tribes were created. In communities, in villages. That's how it is. It's mutual advantage. You can hate everybody in there. And that's the thing, too. It's like, people put so much emphasis on, oh, you got to love them or even like them. You don't. So again, just, putting our emotions in the wrong places. But yeah, but to this day, if I want anything done, when I'm working in my church with men or whatever, there's only about 3 guys out of like 30 guys. There's like 3 that I can, and they're not necessarily the ones out in front. It's not the guys who have the most money or the most influence or whatever. These are just dudes when, look, I need your help. Or they'll be like, if something's on the initiative, they'll come to me on the side. What you need? Or they'll tell me, hey, here's $100. Here's $100. Here's $150. Just go do. And they don't want to be broadcast. They don't want to be nothing. That's how it is. So why get upset about or frustrated about, oh, people are so fake? No, people are, people gonna go what they want. Do you know what you want? And are you around the people that will help you to get what you want? If you're upset about how selfish or self-centered people are, is that possibly coming because you don't have a whole lot going on? Because if you did, you're going to need networks. You need alliances. I need people in certain areas. I may need to go to certain places or be in part of certain communities in order to network and to get, what's networking for? You go to a networking event. Coach and I talked about that on our next gen training. How to network. Well, why are you going there? Just because I just want to meet friends,
Meet people.
But all those relationships are based on, so you go to a business, hey, here's your card, here's my business card, here's your business card or whatever. Hey, let's touch base or whatever. Hey, maybe we may meet socially, maybe have some dinner or some lunch, maybe play around the golf or whatever, or what do they call pool in UK, Craig? Billiards. What's it called?
What were you saying about the?
What do they call billiard? It's like billiards in UK. What's it called? Snooker or something like that?
Billiards. Snookers is
Snook. Yeah.
It's a lot like shooting pool.
Exactly. I'm just saying, but you may do all those things, and you could have fun and a good time. But do understand what this is about. Can we form a relationship of mutual benefit? And if we can't, hey, nice meeting you. Boom. Something changed in the future. If our paths cross again, boom, and you're out.
Yeah, I'll use me and you, Paul, for example. When we first met, was it 3 years ago? Is it ago now at this point?
I can't even remember now. Was it 3 years ago?
I think it's.
I thought it was 24, but early 24. It might have been like late 23, early 24. But
let's say 3 years for argument's sake for now.
Okay.
We didn't become like best friends right off the bat. We didn't even talk on the phone. We didn't change our information for a while. So it took us a mutual habit. Not mutual habit. I'm sorry, a mutual hobby. You're a fan of martial arts. I'm a fan of martial arts because I study it. Mm-hmm. And we start talking, and then we grew our relationship from there.
Mm.
And we grew and grew and grew. To this point, now I consider one of my close friends now. Like I can call you and know you're gonna have my back. One my point is trying to get to is those relationships take time and effort to build. It's not gonna happen overnight.
Mm-hmm.
Can we all agree on that tonight, at least?
Yes. Well, that's a little tricky with me. Because again, you can have relationships that are built over time that are still transactional over time. People who will, who are in that ride or die category. All I'm saying is just be very careful before you move people into that space. Because unless there's situations where that actually happens,
mm-hmm.
you could be putting people up in there, and then again, when the time comes, again, are they going to be there? I'm just saying it's But again, I've known business. You can have a business relationship with a guy for 20 years, but then the business dissolves. He moves to Florida. You go do your thing or whatever, and it's done. You may keep in contact.
All right, I muted him
Holy
until he fixes
shit,
this.
what the hell was that?
Yeah, that was definitely a lot of.
No
There was
sound.
definitely a lot of that.
No sound.
Oh, is that the missus? Is that? Did we?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not in the bedroom. I'm actually in the foyer right now.
Okay. Now your audio is like
You have
it's like all over the place.
Yeah, I got one in the background. Give me a minute.
Yeah. Okay.
Just give me a minute.
Okay.
I'm gonna mute for a second.
All right.
It sounds like he's in a back in 85, a Top Gun like this. You remember the scene?
Well, I don't know. Maybe on the flight deck. Maybe it's
Yeah,
it's
that's what
it
I'm
sounded
talking on the
pretty.
flight deck.
Yeah, I already
Yeah.
had to turn the bass down on my TV because Paul's voice is so bassy on my TV. It really is. I'm sorry, Paul. I love your voice, dude, but it's so fucking bassy.
He loves
Craig,
you.
I am your father.
I'm not joking. My speakers literally were vibrating on the TV.
All right, let's try him again now.
Still there.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yes, not,
Yeah.
He's clear now. Go
Don't
ahead.
move anything.
Guys, can you hear me now?
Actually, it's a little bit loud. Actually, can you turn it down just a little? It's almost like you're at max volume.
He should be able to do that.
How's that? I did it on my end.
I'm fixing on my end too. How about now? Is that better?
It's better. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. But yeah, but so that's my thing. So again, the for the person who goes around saying, yeah, everybody's fake or whatever, I think that's just misplaced expectations. At the end of the day,
This is me personally. I don't think everybody's fake. Let's put that in the air right now. There are individually people who came across my life that I call fake. Like my backstory, my cousins, and all that stuff. Those people I consider completely fake. To be honest with you.
but how did they demonstrate it? Because what I heard was I don't think I didn't hear fake. Again, I just heard honest. Like if they said to you and your mom, "Hey, we'll be anything that you want. We'll be here for you, and we'll do this and that or whatever."
That's to us.
Okay, but then that's okay. I don't know if you explained it in that way. You just said that when it was time when you and your mom were homeless, or when you guys had things going on, and you were looking for people and they weren't there. Now again, did those people explicitly say, if you guys are ever in this bind or situation, we will be there for you, and they didn't show up? Or did you assume because they were family that they should take you guys in because you are family? And I got to tell you.
That's why I reached out to them. But in the past, we always said to each other, no matter whatever happens to each other, we always going to have each other's back. Family.
See that you might want to add a number 8 then to that list. When we talk about, he was talking about the people, what they say. If someone says that, that's also something you might want to monitor. If there's anything you need, and then you say, well, I need this. It's like, oh man, I can't help you. So again, first of all, don't be the one to say that. I stopped saying that a long time ago. I'm more measured. It's like, if I can help you, I will. But anything, like I know people now, it's like, look, I need a place to stay. Can you book us up? And we did that one time. I mean, years ago, there was this young man and his wife, and he had they had a kid, and they needed a place, and I used my husband card to the max. My girls were still in their teen years or whatever, and this couple, they were on Hard Street. I said, hey, we had an extra spare room, we had a guest room. In fact, I'm in that room now. As a matter of fact, I sort of turned into an office. But hey, they're in a bind, and my wife, she gave me grace. She's like, yeah, I can't let them on the street. You know what I mean? And we let them in. And, things were, a bit tense when they left. They stole some stuff from us. Again, I'm like, I got over that quick. I'm like, look, my thing is, if they needed it that bad, then look, they must be worse off than I am. So again, I didn't take it at all. In fact, my thing was, all you had to do was ask for it. I would have gave it to you.
Right.
You didn't have to take it, but you guys just, again, for your selfish reasons. But from that point on, I already knew if somebody called up and said, can we stay at your place for a few days just until we get whatever, my wife's gonna look at me like, no, that ain't happening. Because again, of that experience from last time. So again, there's certain things I can't do. And so, so again, I'm not going to be that guy who's like, oh, anything you want or whatever, or just assume, even if a family member, look, family, if you're coming in for a weekend, fine. If you're going to be here for a few weeks, because a few weeks turned into a few months, turns into I can't get you out. So again, you have to, you have to be honest about what you can and cannot do. But again, to take for granted that a family is just going to automatically be able to just open up their doors to you or whatever, that's not always true. And again, as long as you recognize that, you'll be fine. But and I don't know how Greek culture is, if that's a, thing is, or Anton and Haitian community, I don't know what that is, or UK, is that a thing? I don't know. I just know as an African American ADOS, just because you family don't mean that everything's available to you.
Yeah, that happens.
And I think a lot of people have to be more honest about, again, and transparent about what you can and cannot do. I can give you, at any moment, I could probably give you a couple $100. You ask me for $1,000, I'd be like, look, in fact, I stopped, and I stopped loaning money decades ago. I do not lend money at all, no matter who you are, but I will give you money. So now I'm not going to lend you $500, but I'll give you $100. When I say I will give it to you, meaning like here, and we never talk about this again. You're going to then have to work the network to get the other $400, but this is what I'm going to give you. Because if I loan it to you, I've seen relationships end over money loans. Because then, again, I'll pay you next week. 1 week becomes 2. 2 weeks becomes a month, et cetera, et cetera. And then it's crazy how they start treating you different, like you did something wrong. Like, I lent you the money, right? But then, but again, because again, it starts getting in the conscious. They might have asked for that money, knowing that they couldn't pay you back in that time, but they were desperate for the money. So they were like, well, okay, yeah, a couple weeks. And then maybe you thought something was going to come through, that job's going to come through, that bonus was going to come through, that pick ticket number, that pick 3 was going to come through, and it didn't hit the number. And it's like, no, I ain't got nothing.
Paul, I don't lend money out. I don't borrow money. It's like, if I have it, I have it. If I don't, I don't. Simple as that.
That's it.
Yeah. Like if you want something so bad and you need the money, I'll give it to you as a gift.
Yeah, and we never talk about it again. I don't want to hear about it. It's done. It's over.
I'm not trying to throw this in anybody's face. I'll use Comic-Con for example for me and you. Well, you're a lifesaver. You were what, $20 short? I think it was
$20 short.
And when did I tell you, Paul? Do you remember?
Oh, you wouldn't take it. I mean, it was like, no, I got you, but
early Christmas present. Happy Merry Christmas said to you. Didn't I tell you that?
It was ridiculous. It's like, yeah, that's how
My point is trying to get to money will destroy the strongest relationships.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
That's why I learned in a very young age before my 21st birthday that money is evil. So don't let it out. Don't borrow. Don't do anything with money.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say it. I think the love of money.
There's a reason why some people will say money is the root of all evil.
But I said the love of it. If you love money more than people, then yeah. But
I've seen friendships. I've seen relationships destroyed over money. Like, seriously destroyed over money. And sometimes some people think it's not that much. It doesn't matter how much it is. It don't matter if it's $20,000 or $2. I've seen it happen, and it's very hard to salvage it after that.
Happened to me.
Yeah.
I
No,
have
it's,
never
no,
been in that situation, thank God. But I've seen it happen through family members, my father, my mom, all the people like that.
Oh wow.
I never done it because I refuse to get to that point.
Right.
Maybe I'm a little smarter with my money than other people. I don't know,
yeah.
but I don't lend money out.
Mm.
That's the rule I learned very young, and I will never ever do it.
Yeah, yeah.
I was
But Anton,
explaining.
I want to get your view. So do you? I'm almost of the belief, especially the way Peter framed it tonight, and just looking at the videos or whatnot. It's hard for me to define a fake person. I just think people just operate out of their own interest. Now, if they present something to you that's totally different from who they are, or whatever, I mean, yeah, you can get out there and like I've seen people go on stage and smile and then get off and they're just like the most awful of people. I guess there I could see that being fake. But I just think that it's just a label that we put on people because we put too many expectations on people. What do you think about that?
I was listening to it on the ride when I was driving my daughter to come, when I was taking the drive. I think what it is, and I know I said it before. I think before I had the connection issues, it has to do with insecurity. I think there are
Mm,
people that are just so uncomfortable with who they really are that they'll put on this complete internal persona that has nothing to do with who they really are,
mm,
and they'll portray that to everyone to think that's how this person really is, and it's far from it. Like
yeah,
they'll go to you. Sometimes you don't even realize how far people will go just to make sure people don't see the real him or her. And like people will do everything possible to become somebody they know they're not. And then all of a sudden, the person that they really are starts to come out slowly.
mm,
And then all of a sudden, they're totally exposed.
yeah,
So, and I think that's what it is. People are uncomfortable with who they really are because they never tried to become a better version of who they can be. And because they never tried, that's what gives all those insecurities. So they feel like, well, let me just become someone that people will like and people will follow and everything else. Like you
mm,
got some people who feel like you look at them, you think, okay, that person is a really friendly person who knows how to talk to people, and yeah, and they're the most insecure person, like they're the most fragile, insecure individual behind closed doors. Like they'll put on this persona like they're brave and they're strong, and they have the biggest false sense of confidence
yeah,
in themselves.
yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I mean it's definitely. I would say I have met a lot of fake people though, but it's mostly in the performative space. You know what I mean? Like if you speak for a living, you know, or if you're like a performer. I mean, there's where you see a lot of the fakeness. Like I've been around like politicians, you know.
Uh,
I've been around preachers, um, just in those spaces where I'm kind of like part of, like I've been part of boards. I might have been a steward or trustee or something. I might have been in the, you kind of see sometimes how the sausage is made.
right.
I've been around professional speakers and whatnot, and and they like I said, when they're on stage, okay, it's a performance, and there's a persona that they emanate.
Right.
But then when you get them off stage, when you in the car with them, or when you're in those private spaces, and you really see how these people really are, or how they think, or what they actually do, you know, and it's just like wow, it's that is disturbing. I mean, that is something that you just get to a point. I mean, I used to be around those associations and stuff, and I was like, I'm out. Because I just couldn't go along with the performance anymore. Like I said, I'm very transparent with my life and who I am. It's like, look, this is who I am. and the performance and the stagecraft, it just became something that I couldn't rock with anymore. And so I got out of a lot of those spaces because the fakeness was definitely there. Everyone's hugging and kissing, at the end. But I used to ride, is what even my church early on, one of the first things I did, I did transportation. So you're on the church van or the bus, and that's where you hear all the stuff, right? You and that going to Brooklyn, from Jersey to Brooklyn and back. You hear all the. It's like, man, it's like you hear the gossip. You hear did you hear what happened with this? I was like, oh, it's like, man, it's like I felt like I was in the ladies' room. You know what I mean? So
time we took the train together, we were having a conversation. Somebody like, "Oh, I've been eavesdropping your conversation the whole time."
Yeah. But I mean, it's just like everything that we say not to be, and you just hear a lot of that. I'm just saying, man. But then once you get out, you got all the phrases down. God is good all the time. All the time is God is good, and just like I said, everyone performs, But then you see the people again, soon as after, tick somebody off. And you hear the swearing and cursing coming out. So again, so that piece, I can honestly say that to me is where the fakeness is. When you're talking about performance. But generally speaking, more times than not, people simply want things. Like they want you want networks is for survival. And you do oftentimes what you got to do, even when you're dating somebody, like, you meet a lady, if she's dressed to the nines, it's like, I want to see what you look. I've been like this, Anton. I've always been attracted to the ladies. Remember back in the day, Saturday morning, girls in rollers, going to the laundromat, no makeup, t-shirt, shorts, flip-flops on, going to the laundromat. I'm like that. I want to see what you look like in the morning. I don't want to see makeup. I don't want to see lashes. I don't want to see hair. I mean, like, I want to see what you look like in the morning.
You got rollers in your hair, or you wearing that mouchoir on your head, and
yeah, but they used to wear them big. Where they getting it because they going out Saturday night, right? So they got them big rollers in the hair. And they got the hair night out. Sexy as all get out.
Yeah.
You have some weird taste, bro.
Because I've had that experience where you meet the sister in the club, you meet her the next day or a couple days after in the natural, and you like, I don't even recognize who you were because them lights is dark, and you grind, you doing all the stuff and everything, and she's like, it's like, wow. Are you sure you're the right person?
It's like that line in this one song for West Side Connection. Body like Beyonce, face like Andre. Damn.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, guys, let's start getting into our final thoughts. Right,
oh, man.
At the end of the show. Greg, you want to go first? Paul? And Valentine's next. Last.
I don't know what to say apart from there's fake people, there's genuine people. You don't know until you actually meet them, until either they show up, they have your back, they help you out, you do the same for them, or they screw you over. It's as simple as that. So that's what I got. Next.
He kept you in suspense. But hey, listen. Came in towards the end of the show, but again, good topic overall. But yeah, I think that again, it's about having a realistic view of humanity and people and what people want and their desires, and just going into associations or relationships or friendships or frenemies or whatever it is with your eyes open. There's nothing wrong with that, as long as you know what you're getting yourself into. And like I said, there's marriages that are transactional. And again, I'm not gonna curse the earth or curse all women because of that or whatever. But again, you decide what you want to get into. If you guys are transactional like that, if that works for y'all, then go ahead. But don't be upset at the end when it's not what you thought it was. And so again, be very careful about again the people who you let into your inner circles, because that is a rare club. That's going to be a small circle, probably no more than 5 at the most. So just be very careful of that, and you won't, get caught out there. Be like, oh, I thought this was my ride or die, and oh, I thought this was my, my bestie or whatnot, and look what they did, or you found out what they were really about. So again, just be mindful of that, but those people, they will identify themselves by again how they respect you, how they respect your time, those times when they're there for you when you didn't even ask them to be. Those are the ones who like, okay, they're going to reveal themselves over time, but sometimes you got to put a few people in to then demonstrate who those people are going to be. But it's going to be small. And if you can't handle that, if that's not something you're comfortable with, then again, you don't know about humanity, human relationships. But even the biggest tribes and nations, it's all about mutual advantage. And as long as you understand that, you'll be fine. And this social media space makes, again, people look a lot bigger than they are. At the end of the day, they're not. That's all I got.
Paul, you really are a handsome fella on a 55-inch TV, dude.
Seeing all my pores and my pimples too, right?
What the fuck are you got
Seriously, Pete, put that up on the big screen.
Oh my God, Craig, seriously?
That's what I deal with every week, man.
There you are. You're a handsome fella on a big screen TV, dude.
Appreciate it.
Big head.
Oh my God. Oh, okay. First off, Peter, thanks for inviting me on. This is my first time on your show. Thanks for inviting me. And again, I'm glad I finally got a chance to get on. I feel like it's always going to be a challenge to try to see how people really are until you put them in a situation and see how they handle it. You always hear the saying, a leopard never changed their spots, and there's meaning behind that. But the one thing I definitely will say to people, 3 words to always remember is trust but verify. And sometimes that's not always easy because you think the people that will be there for you are never there. And surprisingly, the people you don't think they're going to be there are the ones that are there. And that happens in every walks of life, whether it's when you went to high school, college, you went to service, a fraternity, a sorority, or a fellowship, wherever you work at, your current job, your previous job, you're going to run into people that are genuine and you're going to run into people that love to put on a facade. And it's just, it's hard to weed them out. It's hard to just say, it's just hard. I mean, you don't want to be around that type of energy. But the best thing I can tell people is, and I learned this sometime back, find your aces, find your 4 aces. And at the time, your aces will not always be the people that you think, but the aces are the people you will least expect, and those are the ones that are going to be there with you and for you, and they always have your best intentions. So if you're able to find your 4 aces, you keep them close to the chest. And that's all I can say. Those are some words we're thinking about.
All right, I want to thank everybody who came up. Antana, I'm glad you came up, but hopefully you can join us in the future streams. So let's do a quick schedule update and let's get the heck out of here. So tomorrow, where are we? Tomorrow, Sean will be talking about men and women speaking the same words, but not the same language. And on Thursday, Coach and Paul are going to part 3, coaching. And I think, and that's the final chapter of that series, right, Paul?
Yep.
Friday will be a premiere of Wrestling Talk with the Spartan. Will be our first episode. We're just gonna just chop it up, break it in. Paul, if you want to join that stream, you're more welcome to if you have time. I know you're a wrestling fan also, so more feel free to join that. And on Operation Hangout on Saturday, excuse me, we're talking about this is gonna be a fun head to head. Smokey the Bandit versus Kit the Knight Rider. Head to head. Yeah,
way
that's
back.
a fun one.
Oh wow, I'm going way back.
You've got to think, I'm actually a pro at Knight Rider. I'm actually a big fan of it. Pete can tell you, and so can Paul.
Yeah, he has the whole collection.
Really?
Yeah. So, and we are having a gray area on Sunday. I just don't remember the topic off my head right now.
Gender roles.
Gender roles. Okay, thank
Men
you.
and women gender roles.
And
Yeah.
next week, on Spartan Arena, we'll be talking about you're not good enough.
Wow, Craig.
Yeah. So
Yo, respect, Craig. Respect.
yeah. Except that, guys, this was the Spartan SU Network. I am the Spartan. He is Greg, the Mr. President, aka Mr. Bennett, 7B, 7 everything. He's shiny head he has. Anton just stands up like he always says. As always, stay fresh, stay safe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.